You're now listening to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. And now your hosts, Christian and Kris, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports.
Let's go. Welcome everybody to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. I'm your host, Christian, and we have Kris here as the co-host.
What up, my good people? Shalom to all my good people, and shalom Alchem to all my bad people as well. May you get some peace in your life to become good. Episode 17, week 4 is pretty much in the books.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're taping this on Sunday night. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I did think this daggone Jets versus Kansas City game was gonna be a blowout, but then
I don't need to be a blowout because I teased the Jets at a plus 14, so I need them to lose within 14 points. So because
the funny thing about it is that I'm playing Mr. Burn the Playbook up in our other league.
Oh, you are
in his league. But
last time I look, I think.
But like my last two people is Kelsey and then Pat. So I need the game to be close. I don't need it to be a blowout.
You want to be, but aren't you like dominating? Aren't you like you pretty much got it in the bag?
I don't know. Let me look at it. Like I haven't. Last time I looked, I didn't think I was doing too good because you got to remember he has. So this is what you remember whenever we was talking about up in our league, we was going back and forth because you had Cooper Kupp and Stephon Diggs, but then somebody else was like going up against him. So I got Christian McCaffrey up in my league, but then up in his league, he has Christian McCaffrey, and I'm playing against him right now.
That is, I forgot. Yeah, Christian did put he put 50 up in yours, so he is probably like 55.
Mine, so, yeah,
he's probably 55. Oh yeah, I forgot about CMC.
I'm just gonna look at it real quick, and then dog, I'm down by 50. Yeah, ain't.
Maybe that would. Who was winning earlier though? Weren't you up like big earlier, or was it?
I was up big. Like once the first games went off, it was saying that I was gonna drop like 160, 170.
Okay.
And I was like, oh snap! But hey, it is what it is. Hey, sorry for throwing a tangent, everybody. We about to get this podcast on the road. But we are thankful that everybody is out there. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast. We got some heavy heat coming in because we definitely about to we have a new segment coming to the coming to the podcast. So just go and get ready for that. But let's go and get this show on the road. And like what we said before, this is episode 17. So let's go and kick episode 17 off right. And we have to do the CGP news.
What is in the news?
And something that is in the news now, I heard about it, but I want to make sure that this is certain. But it seems like Aaron Rodgers is actually trying to come back this season because they've already said he's out of his walking boot and he's actually going to make a trip to Cali to get his stitches out. And then earlier in the week, people was saying that he's actually ahead of schedule from like what somebody else has actually had this injury previously. But me thinking, hey, but you already know the reason why I'm thinking about this. I'm just thinking it's 21st century, everybody. The one thing that I can say is that our technology is quite advanced now from back in the day. So when people do get injured, depending on the severity, just so you know, I'm not a doctor. I just talk about and try to act like one up on this podcast, but I'm not a doctor whatsoever.
Just scored again. Down by 2. They figure go for 2 to try to tie it. Let's keep going.
But me personally, I think that he can come back, but I think it might be towards the end of the season, probably around like week 13, 14. And that's only if they're actually winning games.
Right. Is it worth it? Is
If
it going to be
they're not,
worth it? Week 12, you get here and
it's
you're
2020, dog.
4-8. Yeah, it's 2020. You're 4-8. Is it worth it to try to push?
Yeah. It's just like that daggone Missy Elliott song. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I ain't gonna say the rest, but hey, if y'all know the rest, go on put it sing it along. But that is in the CGP news. Do y'all think that Aaron Rodgers should be coming back? Hey, let us know down up in the comments.
I mean, I think he should try to push it, right? To see what happens. I mean, worst case scenario, they're 4-8 and he's not coming back. He can get prepared, ready for next year. Just gives him more time to get prepared for next year. So,
yep,
sure, try to get back as soon as you can.
Yep. I totally agree with that.
He has big calves. He has big calves, balls.
Whoa.
And
big paws.
Big paws. And but you know how people with Achilles injury, like that calf is torn, like it becomes smaller. So I'm curious to see how much different his two calves are gonna look.
Y'all do not be alarmed. Yes, he did talk about the calves.
I did.
And that's a major pause, but he gonna see. I'm not worried about how his calf looks and things like that. Only thing I care about is can he still throw that rock and be able to be a little mobile.
But his power comes from the leg, so yeah.
I always thought about this, and then we're gonna go to the next segment. I always thought about this. Could he pull that daggone Brian Leftwich, where like he played up on that one leg, and then they pretty much carried him all the way through up and down the field?
That was like for one game though. That wasn't like multiple games. I remember that was in college. Nah, that's not
in the pros, dog. But anyways, y'all let us know who was right down up in the comments. Y'all just let us know. I'm pretty sure I was right though.
He probably was.
But
bro.
Question of last week is we actually brought this segment in here, and the question last week was, if you're going to a game, NFL game, what are some of your must-haves that you actually got to have whenever you're going to the game? And I'll let you start it off, Chris. Like, what are some of your must-haves that you actually got to have when you're going to the game?
I gotta get me a hot dog. I gotta get me a beer. Right?
Oh,
That's
hot dog.
I don't know. Yeah.
You have to have a hot dog?
I gotta have a hot dog because it's kind of like not like that, but it's just kind of like it's a rite of passage, I guess, whatever, right? Hot dog, a beer, some popcorn.
Yo, dog, this is not baseball. Go and buy you some pizzas and then Cracker Jacks as well.
No, I don't need none of that. I'm trying to think of what else. Other than that, am I gonna want a cocktail? I got a beer, but I won't want a cocktail. I can't think of my other two things. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not good at 5 things that I must have for an NFL game. Yeah, those 3 for sure.
Okay. All right. So mine are definitely got to have a spirit drink off gate.
Okay,
cocktail. I'm just a drinker.
Since when?
Whenever. See, I've always been a drinker. Hey, don't worry about what's up in this. But when I do go to games, I do drink. I just don't drink all the time, but I am a drinker when I go to the games.
So that's Christian. I don't drink often. But when I do, I'm at a game.
Hey man, I drink. Hey man, it's all about having fun whenever you're at the games and enjoying the atmosphere.
For sure.
One thing I will say is I do like testing the actual stadium signature drinks to actually give them like a score and things like that.
Okay.
So I am big on that. So that's where that's probably like 1, 2, and 3 right there for me, to be honest with you. Because I'm always going at least 3 drinks at the stadiums just to try different ones. But then my number 4 is definitely going to be the actual loaded nachos.
Okay.
And depending on how some of you are, like you can get pork. Me, I try to stay away from that, but I get like mostly chicken It's like chicken, guacamole, chives, jalapenos.
Yeah, I got you.
So like this is me though. During the season, like during the beginning of the season, I'm not a jalapeno person. But during the coldness, I'm a jalapeno
guy. Really? So it's
with
the cold you want
because the cold I need to stay warm. So load up all the jalapenos on there. Go and put like a big jar or something on there.
Spice in you. I got you. Okay, keep you warm.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that's what I would do for like if I had to pick certain things whenever I go to the game.
Next,
so in the next segment, we got the week 4 highs. I'm talking about the week 4 highs, and we're gonna keep it straight to you, straight quickly as all, so we can get y'all in and out of here, and we're gonna keep entertaining you. Also, everybody, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating. And always remember, here at the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast, we are always here just to entertain you.
Feedback is a gift, please.
Yes. So in the week 4 highs for the quarterbacks, we have, and I will say the season is starting to come along, so we are seeing the regulars out there. And there is one particular regular that I'm starting to see who I wish my Carolina Panthers drafted, but they did not. But hey, we just gonna we're gonna forget about that. I'm just gonna sit over here, tell in between my legs, and just have to watch the rest of the season.
I'm curious to know who this is. Go ahead.
But so we have at the quarterback position, we have Mr. Josh Allen. He is starting to show us why he is that top 5, top tier echelon QB. He is doing his thing now, and he did it up today against the Miami Dolphins.
And he had to come up today.
Had to. Divisional game. Both going back and forth.
Yeah. I think they took this game. They took this game personal. Like they was like, okay, everybody on Miami, we'll let everybody know that we're still the AFC East champs.
Yep. I think so too as well. At number 2, we have Mr. Anthony Richardson. Then the last 3 are the ones who we thought was going to be up in the top 5, top 10 range. Is Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields, and Jalen Hurts.
Justin Fields with a hell of I'm sorry. With a hell of a game today. They lost. Pick. But is the Denver defense just that trash? Or he's coming to his own, or is it a little bit of both? I'm going to say it's probably.
I say it's a little bit of both. I say the defense is trash, dog.
Trash, garbage. I pray that this is not a blip. It's more of a trend, especially with him connecting with DJ Moore as much as he did today.
Hey, but hold that thought, dog. Hold that thought.
We'll see.
Hold that thought. Running back. At the running back position, everybody, we have Mr. CMC did it up today for the people that actually have him. A lot of people said that they should have got rid of him, but the ones that actually took. Well, some people said that he's injury prone. Talking about like why do they have him up on the team? Like why should you even have him? We can talk about Mr. Fred Royal.
That who was saying it? He was just joking. He wasn't serious. He was saying it because he traded CMC and he's a Panther fan. So
hey man, he got rid of him, dog. But this next person, which I do think this probably might be a regular. I really think it might be a regular. So whoever has this individual, I think he's gonna probably be a regular on the top 5. So if you don't have him, you might want to try to do whatever you can just to get him. And that is Mr. David Montgomery.
Really?
And the reason why, well, you already know, like the Lions offense, we have talked about this during the preseason and during the offseason. We was both really high up on the actual Detroit Lions, and the Detroit Lions are not shedding anything. Like they're bringing what they brought to the table, and David Montgomery did take over the role for Jamal Williams, and he's a better Jamal Williams.
He's a better because he
him
can
being
catch.
and with him being a better Jamal Williams, you're seeing what he can do.
He's getting a lot more tick. Exactly. Like I was telling your favorite author, he was down on him. I was like, man, he's gonna be more productive than you think. I'm telling you. He was like, oh, they got Gibbs. No, bro. They didn't bring him. They didn't give him $11 million guaranteed for nothing. He's gonna be more productive than you think. Hey, man, we're seeing it.
And we can say this now. Mr. Kyren Williams, he is here to stay. So
he's here.
And if you have him, don't even take him out of your starting lineup. You just got to roll with him because he's the only back there. He's going to do what he does, and just go and keep the faith with him as your running back. Hopefully, he's not. Well, shoot, to be honest with you, he's probably like a tier 2.
Is this the flesh guy you're talking about just starting every week? Or is that what you're talking about at the beginning of the episode, or no?
Oh, nah. Okay. We got 2 more segments until that, but I'm just thinking about Mr. Kyren Williams. He is here to stay, so I think he is here to stay, to be honest with you. But some people might be like, I don't know why, holding back a little bit. Hey, he's been on the top 5 at least 2 to 3 weeks already now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then at the next one is Devon Achane. He did do it back to back. He did it back to back. And hey, a lot of people out there, it's like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Hopefully I said that right. If I didn't, leave down in the comments that I said it wrong. Just let me know. But hey, man,
he did on 8 carries too. What your boy George Bush said? You fooled me once. You can't get fooled again.
But I don't know, man. That was only 8 carries though. Like, are the Bills that bad? Or
I mean, the Bills. Collectively defense they showed up. I mean, he just got off a couple times, but no, Bills. Now, Trayvon Williams or somebody's hurt for his Achilles. He's a safety or somebody for them. He's hurt. That's gonna hurt them. I mean, that one carry was 55 yards. So without that one carry, he was 7 for like 46 yards. So which is still good.
So
but it's not.
It's still good, but it's
he had a 55 long run. So yeah.
Okay. Well, it just shows what he can do if he gets some space.
Mm-hmm.
He's sort of like a Tyreek Hill type of guy at like running back. And no, everybody, I'm not comparing him to Tyreek Hill. I'm just saying he's that type of guy. He's like a boom or bust. But then at number 5 in the running backs, we have Mr. Derrick Henry.
King Henry. Finally got a King Henry sighting this year.
Yeah, finally came up here. Finally got back to the king of, and he's trying to get back to the throne.
Yeah, 100 yards, 2
touchdowns. Yeah, he did thing. He showed up. For all the people that didn't know, now that's who. In the first 3 weeks, I was trying hard to get Derrick Henry off of people.
Were you?
Yes, because I was like, shoot, man, he gonna show up eventually. But the only thing about Derrick Henry, with everybody out there knowing he doesn't catch passes like that, so pretty much you. So me personally, this is just me. He's not a tier 1. My tier 1s, you have to be able to catch the ball as well. But he is a high tier 2 in my books. But anyways, back to the week 4 highs. We are going to the wide receivers. And about time this dude showed up, Mr. Stephon Diggs. I guess him and Josh Allen had that feud. And they finally made a connection.
That was just tough, man. That was just the off season. He liked Drake. And he know that Josh Allen is that guy. He can't get too much better than him. So what are you gonna do?
Yep.
What you gonna do? You going to the Chiefs? You know what I'm saying? You want to get paid, so no.
Hey man, sometimes you got to beat a guy. You got to take the heat too. The next person, we got Mr. A.J. Brown. I guess all that feuding and all that temper tantrum and being upset up on the sideline, this dude finally showed up. And I ain't gonna lie, dog. Bruh, I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to figure out a way to get him on my team up in my league.
You thought Fred was going? Fred wasn't going. Man, I was going. I'm gonna light up Fred.
This is when he put the offer out there. I was trying hard to get.
Offer he put out there for AJ Brown.
Pause. No, I ain't I was just throwing it out there to him, but I was trying just to get him. But he wanted those 2 firsts. I ain't have 2 firsts up in this year, so which I did, but it was either Travis Etienne or AJ Brown, and I needed an extra running back, so I had to go to running back.
So you mean to tell me he would have traded AJ Brown for 2 firsts?
Yeah, that's what he was trying to do.
Really?
That's what he put out there. So hey, I was trying to get him, but I didn't like that contract. So that's another reason why I didn't get him.
Oh yeah, I don't know what his contract is.
It's like $26 million for the next 3 years, and it goes up after that. All right, in the next one, and I'm just saying, I'm just gonna pat myself up on the back on this guy because Mr. Nico Collins, he is back up here again.
That's too
Nico. Mm-hmm. Yep, and this was the year. You remember my philosophy, man. 3 years. After 3 years, you don't do anything.
This is his third year.
It's his third year. He's showing up. He's showing up.
Texans.
So right now, it's either as long as you have either Tank Dell or you got Nico Collins up on your team, you actually pretty good. And if you are playing them, just make sure that they are up in your flex spot because these just like another Tyreek Hill type of guy, but they ain't on that echelon like Tyreek Hill. They just a boom or bust. And you just got to really go down up in the research, actually look at the strength of schedules, look to see which corners and which matchups he's actually going to play up against. And whenever you are doing that, decide if it's best, if he's the better option for you on your team. And if you want us just to grade your teams or anything like that, just go and leave them down up in the comments. We'll do that just to help you out, say who you should start, who you should sit, anything like that you need, because we are trying to entertain y'all. Hey, this next guy, we already know he's legit, but I want to see what's gonna happen whenever
yes,
whenever the heir apparent. It's a potential.
Because he reminds you of Cooper, don't he? Yeah,
we are talking about Mr. Puka Nacua.
But I think you gave a great analogy. He would be like him and Robert Woods.
I really think so.
That's a very good
analogy.
I think. Comparison.
And the thing about it is, even though Cooper Kupp has missed, and this is us saying, knocking on wood, I'm hoping his daggone hamstring is back for everybody that actually has him and that's been holding on to him. Hey, I'm saying that because I got him on my team. The co-host also got him up on his team as well, and I think everybody out there that actually has him on the team, I know we all saying good prayers up to him, hoping that hamstring is good for the rest of the season. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. If that hamstring is good for the rest of the season, this dude can still get at least 1,300 yards.
Yeah, still. Now, does it?
And then that's with Puka doing his thing as well.
His productivity has to lessen a little bit, right?
Yeah, he's gonna be the Robert Woods, unless they try to move Puka into that Cooper Kupp role and then move Cooper Kupp into that Robert Woods role. But anyways, they still
older.
But they still, man, they both did 1,000 that year anyway. So
they did
as long as you got both, as long as you got one of them, you still should be good. Because we already know up in that Sean McVay offense, it's all about throwing the ball. And this guy finally got back here once again. It is Mr. DJ Moore.
That's 2 out of 4. 2 for 4. Is it a blip or is it a trend?
I don't know, but go hold off on him. Hold off on him.
We gonna see. Fingers crossed.
I'm gonna let you come to the field. I'm gonna let you come to the field, and I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want your honest answer. But we ain't gonna ask it right now. So if y'all want to hear that question, you gotta wait till the next. There's 2 more segments, and then we're gonna start popping that question off. And stay tuned.
Brees. Brees had about a 40-yarder.
So I don't know what the word didn't happen to my daggone slide. But this is the week 4 lows, everybody. This is the week 4 lows, man. We got
my boy as a week 4 low. Let me put my boy as a week 4 low. Because
man. Yeah, dog. Hey, we
I
going.
mean, he could not have done the worst out of some top players today.
Hey, dog.
I don't like that.
Go look at it, dog.
He couldn't have done that bad. He had 7 for like 75, 71. Sure, there was some who did worse. I'm sure.
Hey, man, go look at it, man. So, week 4 lows, man. Week 4 lows. In the week 4 lows, the list ain't as heavy as what we think about, but there are some players on here that I'm like, hey, I might throw that little fishing rod out there just so I can dangle some bait and see if I can scoop them off some teams. And the reason why, so right now, in the quarterback position, the only person I got there is that on Mr. JB, Mr. Joe Burrow.
I don't know what's going on with Joe Burrow. He's pissing me off.
That's what I was about to ask you. Like, what is going on, bro? What is going on with Mr. Burrow? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I know they was getting heavy pressure on him today. The Titans were, and there is a betting. There's a betting, not Bible, but there is a betting staple that you take Mike Vrabel as a home dog. You take him. He was a home dog today. I think he's won like more games than anybody as a home dog as a head coach. Anyway, I took him today. Anyway, I have no idea what is up with Joe Burrow. I don't know. Your ass don't practice. You always hurt. I'm sick of you being hurt every single year. I don't know. I think that they're going to find it and click toward the end of the year when it's not going to matter because they'll be changing for a playoff spot and they probably won't make the playoffs, but he's going to put up numbers, and so that'll be good for someone who has them in fantasy. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm hoping for him and Jahmyr.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. Hold that thought up on him too, man. Hold that thought on him. In the running back position, we got Mr. Rhamondre Stevenson, which they got blown out today from Dallas. But hey, man, whenever you got Mac Jones as your QB,
fuck him. Don't say his name on this podcast. I can't stand him. Sorry. That was kind of like direct. Just came right on out. But I can't stand. I think he's a dirty player. I think he's a dirty player. Fuck him. I think he's a dirty player. So,
man, it's gotten spicy. All right, then the next person is Najee Harris. We got Mr. Najee Harris, and then we have Mr. Jahmyr Gibbs and Joe Mixon on the week 4 lows. It's seeing that it's starting to be like a little trend with those Bengal players because they ain't hitting all cylinders right now.
Now, in my boy defense, well, you know what? Go ahead. Let's go to wide receivers. Go ahead.
Okay. And wide receivers, I got to put my boy on there, even because he didn't do production-wise, but they had to put CeeDee Lamb there, but they did blow out the Patriots, so he didn't do what his top echelon is, and the reason why he's on top there is, as I told everybody before, with CeeDee, I'm putting him into the realm as like a top 5 wide receiver. So if he doesn't give me top 5 wide receiver numbers, he's going into this actual category. Same thing with the next person. If Mr. Ja'Marr Chase, if you ain't giving me top 5 numbers, then I'm putting you back into this category as well.
Gotcha. So that's fair. Now, I do want to say, last week, you know, our episodes are filmed or recorded on Sunday night. Ja'Marr Chase played on. He showed his ass last Monday night. So put that out there. He had 12 catches last Monday, like 100-some yards. So he would have been on week 3 highs.
Yeah, he would have been. But then he actually went back, so actually kind of got that dump track with the.
Did you see earlier today? He was like the reports. He was like, they asked him a question. He was like, I'm always fucking open. Sorry for cussing. So
yeah. I saw it.
Yeah. Okay,
he was hot.
He was hot. I would be too.
I don't blame him. Then the next person is Mr. Tyreek Hill. Mr. Tyreek Hill. And just like I said about the previous 2, whenever you draft Tyreek Hill, you're expecting for him to be a top 5 wide receiver all the time. But we also know this Tyreek Hill is a very boom and bust. He's probably the definition of a boom and bust player because that's what he is. And we're not talking about bust. We're not talking about like a bust as in like you drafted him and then he's being a bust, but boomer bust, like he can get you 40-point weeks, but then he might get you like 5 points like the next week.
I'm looking at their team. Nobody did really anything today for the Miami Dolphins. So shout out to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, which is shocking.
Shout out to the Buffalo Bills. They did what they're supposed to do. Shout out. Go ahead.
And then the next person I put this guy on here because I'm trying to figure out where has this guy been.
What happened today?
And that is Mr. Michael Pittman. Because I'm like, he's supposed to be the number one for the Indianapolis Colts.
Ooh, but had one catch today.
But I haven't seen him. Like people
he's been
he was supposed to be this number one wide receiver for the Colts, but I'm not seeing him.
He's number one by default, right? He's not number one wide receiver. He's number one by default. But he's been averaging like 8 or 9 catches a game the past 3 weeks. He only caught one pass today for 15 yards. I mean, didn't the most person who had the most receptions on the Colts was Drew Ogletree. He had 3. So, it was just Anthony Rich only completed 11 passes.
Yeah.
He 11 for 25.
Now I didn't get to watch that game. Now was that on him or was that on the actual other players around?
So 11 for 25. That was on him. It was both, but it was on him. The Ram defense the Ram defense did good too. Aaron Donald was back in that backfield a lot.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. And this is a new segment that we are bringing into here. It is called Jersey or Bench. And with this, with this next segment is pretty much if you go back, if anybody's ever played college football or actually played up in the pros, I played in college, but I've also never played up in the pros. But anytime you actually are going and you're trying to play like throughout, like you're doing your practices, you're always wondering if you aren't that guy, if you're gonna make the actual traveling squad, and that's actually getting yourself a jersey. So we're gonna throw this back down to like fantasy wise, and hey, we're going to give y'all some players, and we're going to say, hey, y'all just give us a communicate back and forth. Do you think they should have a jersey for the rest of the year, or should they just go to the bench? So y'all let us know up on our picks. If we right, if we wrong, let's go and have a little debate up down there up in the comments. But let's go on and get to it. Jerseys or bench? So some of the guys that I am giving a jersey to, and we are talking about the quarterbacks right now. There are 3 guys that I'm giving a jersey to who I'm trying to get them on my team if they've like been up in the lows. But if they are in the highs, I'm trying to figure out if I can add them into like a trade package. And we're going to start off gate, and the big one in the room, and this is the reason why I told you to hold on, pump your brakes, and wait a little bit. And that is Mr. Joe Burrow. And the reason I'm bringing him up, I'm going to give him a jersey because, hey, man, that's daggone Joey B. But the reason why I'm saying I'm giving him a jersey is because he is doing shitty right now. That we all know that. But with him being shitty, are there owners out there that actually want to get rid of him? Or do you have a trade piece that you can give up just to get Joey B on your team? Because we already know, or we're praying and hoping, knocking on this wood over here, that he's going to turn it around and then he's going to get his connection back.
Is it rhetorical? You actually asking me. I mean, I think you can get somebody, give you a third round pick to get Joe Burrow. That's probably what he's down to now. Maybe a late second. You probably won't know the second, but maybe a pick. You probably get Joe Burrow if you can. Yeah, I do. Like I said, I do think later on in the year they're going to be start firing on cylinders. It might be a little too late, right, because of their division and what their record will be. But I just think he still got it in him to put up some points. T. Higgins has an injury down his ribs. He was out. He played the whole game. So that might help. That might help Ja'Marr Chase. Who's Ja'Marr Chase owners, but I do still think Joe Burrow will have some big games this year.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess if you can get him, yeah, especially toward the end of the season, like 6-7 games.
So the other two guys are Geno Smith and then Jared Goff. As like before, like what I said at the very beginning, I'm very high on Jared Goff. If you can get him, even though they have been rocking, you probably should have got him and drafted him. But Mr. Jared Goff, he is getting one of his targets back next week. Mr. Jahmyr Williams is 2 weeks early because the NFLPA and then the NFL, they came to some type of agreement, and they're gonna do a little shuffling. Then now they cut that 6 games down to 4, so that's another addition that he gets to add to his repertoire. And then Mr. Geno Smith. Geno hasn't been doing what he did last year, but
I mean, Geno, he ain't been doing bad though. He's got 736 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. So,
but that's why I'm giving him a jersey. Like trying to tell people, hey,
yeah, he deserves a jersey.
Damn, I'm gonna hit myself in the goddamn eye with my necklace. But if y'all out there don't have Geno, like go and see if you can do a little something out there just to get him, because he is down there. And oh my gosh, I hit myself in the goddamn eye. But man, hey man, this is all fun, man. But yeah, so go and do whatever you can just to get Mr. Man, I feel like the guy that got that flag thrown at his eyeball right now.
I remember that.
But yeah, if you can get Geno, go and do what you can just to get him. Because he gonna be one of those guys that you're gonna give a jersey to. And in the running backs right now, I know this rookie has not been doing good as what people has thought. But what I'm trying to do right now is if you can get Mr. Jahmyr Gibbs on your team, I will try to get him on your team as quickly as possible before he starts clicking on all cylinders. And then once he starts clicking on all cylinders, it's like the door's gonna be closed shut real quick. Like you won't be able to get him back. And we already know most rookies don't hit until the end of the season anyways. So
yeah,
personally, if you can get Mr. Jahmyr Gibbs,
she beats Aaron Robinson. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, he was 1.01, so that's what you're expecting him to do.
He better hit.
So if you can get Mr. Jahmyr Gibbs, that's one guy I'm giving a jersey to, and I'm gonna stash him on my team until he starts clicking around after week 8, week 9, and then I'm gonna start inserting him into that flex spot. And as he starts doing his thing, he'll gradually start going up as long as he continues getting the workload. But
they gotta be more efficient in using him.
Yeah. But I figured it's gonna take at least 8 weeks just to get it, because we want to see what he can do up in the pro game. Then you're gonna go back and forth, and then you're also gonna start creating up dynamic plays for him. But the next guy we're going to talk about is Mr. Rhamondre Stevenson. I know he's not doing well right now, but this is one guy that I would try to get if I'm you. Even though some people, they don't trust like the Patriots running backs. Me, I'm a believer. I believed in him once he came out of college, out of Minnesota. And I felt and I feel that he fills that LeGarrette Blount type of role, but that can also catch passes for the Patriots now. So, and I really don't care about Zeke being up in the backfield with him. Like that last week, he got a little wishful thinking. Yeah, they done gave him the ball, but hey, it is what it is. You're gonna have that. But you always got to keep the faith with that on Rhamondre Stevenson. So try to get him if you can, because he is a buy low type of candidate, the guy that you want to give that jersey to. And I had to add this next guy to the list. These next 2 people that I'm adding to the list, there's a reason why I'm still a truther on Mr. Cam Akers. I'm finally glad that he got out of that system. Oh yes, I am.
But he ain't getting no ticket in Minnesota, is he?
Oh yes. Oh yes, he's the number 2. He's the number 2 right now.
So he's getting some jig then in Minnesota. He's been there 2 weeks.
He didn't get to play last week.
Okay, that's fair.
So this is his first week. So he's finally getting the playbook underneath the rim. And the reason why I'm thinking he is going to be a better fit, this guy, Mr. Cam Akers, is going to be similar to the guy that the heir apparent came from his same alma mater, Mr. FSU himself, Mr. Cam Akers.
Cook.
Yep.
He went 5 for 40 today. 5 carries, 40 yards, which were efficient. You know.
And you want to know something good about that? Is he don't even know the system like that.
Madison had 17, though. That's lopsided. Maybe they want to bring that down. I don't know. Okay. We're gonna see. But that's what you saying.
What I'm telling y'all out there, hey, I'm giving him a jersey. I'm giving him he gonna have that jersey, and I want y'all to, if you're able to get Cam Akers right now, try to get him and stash him up on your team, because eventually, once he gets the system up and running, I feel that he's going to end up taking over that role over Alexander Madison later on down up in the season.
Okay.
This Cam Akers could end up being like a league winner. So then the next person is Mr. Breece Hall right now. I got him. I'm giving him a jersey. We know he's coming back and everything, but we know he's not doing it. There might be some owners out there that are skeptical, and then they're just so happy. Like, there could be an owner that actually has him that's actually 0-3 or going 0-4, like 1-3. And they might be just trying to get rid of them. If they are, just go and do what you got to do as an owner. Go and sweet talk them, wine and dine them up in the DMs, and try to make that magic happen just so you can get Mr. Breece Hall on your team, because at the end of the season, he has a favorable matchups.
Does he? Interesting. Somebody try to give me Jahmyr Gibbs for him. Straight up.
Well, oh man,
I laughed in their face, but interesting.
Well, we must know that individual. But anyways,
we might know him.
In the wide receivers, we got 4 wide receivers on here that we're going to give a jersey to. Didn't see much from Mr. Jordan Addison, but as we know, he is a rookie. And the one thing about rookies is it takes them a while just to get there up to the speed of the game. If you're on defense, you actually learn stuff a lot faster than it is up on offense. So towards the second half of the season, we can end up seeing him opening up, blowing up eyes. And we already know how Mr. Kirk Cousins is. Anytime he throws the ball, he can throw it to anybody besides Justin Jefferson. We know he's going to get his. But then make sure they always going to need that number 2. And Mr. Jordan Addison is going to fit you right, nice and jack. So make sure and see what you can do out there just to get Mr. Jordan Addison on your team.
Ooh, he had a goose egg today. Ooh, go ahead.
That's the reason why I said try to get him, because
this is the time. Buy low.
This is the time. Buy low on him. The next person is, and then you're going to like this person. I'm giving this person a jersey. He ain't coming out my flex, and you just got to deal with what he's going to do for you, and that is Mr. DJ Moore for the Bears. You just got sometimes you just got to let him keep his jersey and leave him up in your flex spot. He might not be your number 1, he might not be your number 2, but he gonna be your flex. And sometimes you just gotta live with him. He's gonna give you 26, 30 points one week, and then he might just give you a big number 5. That's what you just gotta live with.
I wish he had told me that last week, because I benched him in one of my leagues, and I think it's costing me. I benched him and Justin Fields, and I think it's gonna cost me an L this week because of it.
You didn't see? Hey man, they was going against 0 for 0. There was 2 goose eggs going up against each other.
Somebody has got to go.
Somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I knew the Denver defense was bad, but not that bad. I mean, Justin Fields looked like he was Steve Young out there. Hell, like he was an MVP candidate out there today. And DJ Moore showed what we was hoping he would show on a regular basis. But yeah, I took him out, man. I took him out this week.
All right. The next 2 wide receivers who we're going to give a jersey to is Mr. George Pickens, and then also Mr. Chris Olave. So these two guys, if you can get these guys up on your team, they do have some favorable matchups throughout the season. Just so you can give them a jersey, make sure you stash them. I'm going to be probably up in the DMs after this podcast, trying to get Mr. Chris Olave. I've been trying to get this dude since the beginning of the year because
Really?
I think he's going to do. Yes, I think he's going to do numbers. So I've been trying hard just to get Mr. Chris Olave up on my team. I'm gonna see what I can do just to throw things out there just to get him. But hey, man, it's hard trying to get this guy. So if you can get Mr. Chris Olave, man, get him and give this dude a jersey. Go on, set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it on DJ Moore. Okay.
Set it and forget it, dog. That's what you gotta do, man. Some of the guys out there, you just gotta set it and you gotta forget it.
I wish you had said that last week.
Hey, man, you ain't asked, man. You ain't asked. So this is the bench squad here, and then for the people that don't, if you just listen to the podcast, go to the YouTube, and you got to look at this slide, man. This slide is dope as I don't know what. It is a guy talking to a guy up on the bench, and pretty much you know how you have that one-on-one with your player, and then you got to let them know, like, hey, you ain't been producing, you ain't been doing your thing. So since you ain't been producing and doing and not performing up on the field, I'm going to have to send you to the bench. And that's what I'm going to have to do. So these are some guys that I think you need to send to the bench until they have an awakening, until they see what they're supposed to be doing. And in the QBs right now, I'm pretty sure nobody else is starting this guy in Dynasty. Mr. Bryce Young right now. Hey, send that dude to the bench. Like, sit him there, let him sit until he understands the actual NFL game. We know the Panthers is not a very good team right now, but do not, I repeat, do not, even in Superflex, do not put that dude in your starting lineup. Just leave him up on your bench. To be honest with you, he's probably best to go up into your practice squad. That's where he's probably best at.
I got Bryce Young in a couple. You got Bryce. I got Bryce Young in a couple of best balls too, I think.
Oh, I ain't even touched that dude with a 10-foot pole up in best ball.
Smarter than I was, for sure.
Hey man, that's what happens whenever you're the champ. But let's go to the next. So the next person, you got Mr. Kenny Pickett.
KP.
Another individual that
he had a shit day today.
I don't care if he got a good day. He going to the bench.
He hurt. He hurt too.
He going to the bench. This next guy, I put him on there, but I want your thoughts, and you just let me know what you think. I put Mr. Deshaun Watson on there.
Deshaun had a bounce back last week. He had a bounce back game last week.
He was hurt.
Didn't play this week. He was hurt.
Yes,
but
the best ability is availability.
Right, but I mean, he's usually not hurt. I mean, this is just, and I think he almost played this week. So I think whatever his injury is not that big of a deal. So Kenny Pickett was left knee injury. They're having an MRI tomorrow. But anyway, I would kind of hold, I would kind of hold Deshaun. I'm still hoping.
Okay, so he's in that one that you. So you pretty much you the coach that you like. All right, man. You like Boone up in Remember the Titans. You overcooked him with grits. So you gonna hold on to him. Okay, you gonna hold on to him. Okay.
Because of what I saw last week. So I saw last week he could do some stuff. So
okay. So in the running backs. Okay. In the running backs, everybody. Until they show something. If you got Miles Sanders and y'all was expecting something good just to happen, hey, until he proves something, go send him to the bench.
Yeah.
Send him to the bench because he's not seeing everything up on the field right now. Chuba's starting to outproduce him.
Hey, Chuba.
But
$24 million man. Let's go.
But yeah, man, Mr. Miles Sanders gonna send him to the bench. This next person, I put him on here, but I wanted to see, like, I got question marks around him. Are we benching Najee Harris, or like, what are we doing? Are we benching Najee, or are we gonna keep him on? Is he gonna keep his jersey?
If you can get a first for Najee, I would trade Najee. That's just me. That's your guy. You tell me what you think. If that's your guy, you've been hiring him since college. He had that one good year. His rookie
he ain't
year.
on my team anymore. Remember?
He had Big B. Oh, so you don't really care about him anymore. So you could be objective.
I like him.
You could be objective now. So what would you do? Would you keep, or would you try to trade him?
It depends on how my team is set up. Like, if I have, like, let's just throw some names out there. If I had, and I'll use, for example, like one of the guys who I said who you should be trying to get, Mr. Rhamondre Stevenson. Say I have Rhamondre and Najee Harris, and let's just say I have Christian McCaffrey. Say I have those three running backs. Not a bad running back duo to have. So if I do have him in that echelon, I would probably try to trade him because I already have two of the guys that I like already. Now it depends on who's your fourth running back. If you have a decent running back in that's number 4, maybe let's just say prime example. Let's say you was one of the guys that actually got Mr. Kieran Williams. So that gives you that option that you are able to trade away Mr. Najee Harris to get some type of capital. Maybe you're hurting up in the wide receiver market. You can trade Najee for a nice question. Would you trade Najee for daggone DJ Moore?
If I already had 2 pretty good running backs, yes. If I had 2 pretty good running backs, though, I mean, often you have 2 pretty good running backs. If I had 2, yeah, like my squad, one of my squad, I have David Montgomery and Bijan, and I really don't have anything else as a third, but I needed a wide receiver. Yeah, I would trade Najee for DJ Moore.
Okay. All right. What about Scary Terry? Would you trade Najee for Scary Terry?
No, Terry had a good game this week. He might have had another one, but he had a pretty good game this week. No, I'm out on any Washington player, to be honest. Jahan Dotson ain't having his breakout year that we both anticipated he was gonna have. I'm not
still early.
The Commanders.
I mean,
it's week 4. Like, give me something. A breakout. You need to have it. We're waiting on week 4. Let's go. Show me something. I don't think he's top 50 yards. I don't know. I'm just saying. He had 27 today. He had a touchdown today. He 27. Scary Terry had 8 for 86. Yeah. I ain't fooling with nobody on Washington squad, to be honest.
Hey. Just like what they say up in our league, if you ain't right with them, you can't win.
You ain't gonna win.
Hey. Sometimes everybody you gotta zig when other people zag out there. You gotta zig when other people zag.
Got to.
So this next running back, and we're gonna end the running backs with this, is Mr. Zeke Elliott. I know a lot of people thought he was gonna be able to. A lot of people thought he was gonna have that coming out game, since they did say, "All right, we're gonna give him starter numbers against his old rival team," because that's what most people do. They try to your next team that you came from. You've been there for a long time.
You're motivated.
You're trying to show that you still got everything.
You're motivated. And Pat got all day. You see how much this take off, and they got a flag.
Yeah.
They in the dogfight. 23-20, 6 minutes left. Can't see they had the ball, but it looks like my bed is going to cover. Oh, no, that's on the defense. Oh, play decline. Go ahead. Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, I don't want no parts of Zeke. Sorry. I don't want no parts of the Patriots.
Hey, man.
Nobody. Rhamondre, nobody from the Patriots. I don't want nobody. And fuck Mac Jones again for the 3rd time this episode. Yeah, I don't want nobody from the Patriots. I know you how Rhamondre. I get it, but yeah, I don't want nobody on that team.
I don't blame you. And for the last but not least, we got the wide receivers. We're gonna make this last little row real quick. Hey, Drake London, I ain't touching the cat. until he proves, because he has
Ritter
a
is
sorry QB, Mr. Desmond Ritter.
just garbage. He's just so bad.
Can't
He's
do it, dog. Can't do it.
I'm trying to decide, is he worse than Justin Fields? He's bad. And today again, they didn't run the ball enough. Again, they did not run the ball enough. They let him throw the ball. I was like, oh my God, he's not giving them no juice. They didn't run the ball enough. They ran the ball. I'm sorry. I know he's trying to speed up. Sorry you brought him up. They ran the ball 21 times. 21 times, and he threw 31 times. That needed to be flipped. But go ahead. And Bijan was efficient as hell today. Go ahead.
Yeah. Then the next people that I'm putting to the bench now, y'all can roll the dice with some of these players I'm about to bring up, but that is all the Panthers wide receivers. I'm putting them on the bench. Yeah, I don't care if Adam Thielen did what he did. Hey, man.
Your numbers.
Hey, that's why I said he a flex, but that's pretty much the ones that you just got to roll the dice, and he's like a DJ Moore to me. I'm going to put him up in the flex position, and you got to sit there, and you got to take it. You either going to like what he puts in the box.
Who you start between DJ Moore or Adam Thielen?
I trust Justin Fields more before I trust daggone Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. Okay.
The next guy, I don't know what word to have to this guy, Mr. DeAndre Hopkins, but since as of right now, he's not getting a jersey, man. Unless you gotta use him, that's the only way he's gonna get a jersey.
He went to the wrong squad. I like Mike Vrabel. I like Mike Vrabel. I like him, but I wouldn't dare have gone to the Titans.
No, I definitely would have not went. I don't know why he went there off gate. I would have probably took whatever I could get from Kansas City and just went there and just feasted. I don't care if I had to take the bet minimum. I would have went there.
Right. You might get put in the commercial.
Yeah. Kelsey got put up in just some commercial.
You know? Exactly. So what did he do today? He had 4 catches, 63 yards. Yeah. And I guess this, what's his name? What's the rookie? What's the 1-year rookie? What's his name? From Arkansas for them?
Trayvon
Burks. I guess he's a bust.
Hey man, I don't think he's a bust. I just think his wide receivers die when they go to Tennessee. Mm-hmm. That's what I just think. You got
so sad.
It's sort of similar to I say it's similar to the Falcons because they're actually kind of in that same tree, up in that Babel tree, like they're more about running the ball.
If I'm the Falcons, I'll take Tannehill and I'll take Kirk Cousins. With them, I'm at least a playoff team. With Drake London and Kyle Pitts.
But yeah, I will say this, and I know we're trying to get done, but I will say where the Falcons are, I think they are just a QB away. And with the QBs that are coming out here in this draft, I think they could find something a lot better than a Mr. Desmond Ritter.
I do too. I think they'll get like a Drake May. I think they'll get the number. Well, I had to make it in the playoffs, so let me stop. I'll just stop. I had to make it in the playoffs. So if I'm gonna stick to them making the playoffs, well then they won't get a top quarterback. But if not, I can see them getting like the third best quarterback, whomever that is, coming out the draft after Caleb and after Drake May. You know, I can see that where they should play for Washington, or it's not Michigan, somebody else. Yeah. If it's Texas guy, Quinn Ewers, which I don't know if he's just that much better either. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I can't wait to talk about it though. This offseason.
This last person I just put him out there. Would you send Mr. T. Higgins to the bench? I know he just got hurt, but
I just said he just got hurt.
Before he got hurt,
he ain't been doing that.
He's not producing right now. So if he isn't producing, I would, if I am any owner out there, I would be trying to get Mr. Higgins just so you can stash him on the bench until he shows up, because there probably are frustrated owners out there that are probably trying to get rid of him. So ain't nothing wrong with trying to capitalize up on upset owner.
So he's got 12 receptions, 129 yards, and 2 touchdowns in 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
What we got? Question of the week.
And the last question of the week. This is just to ask for all, and this is what I want to put the owner's cap on. I want y'all to put your owner's cap on. And if your team ends up going, let's say they go 2-13 up in, or no, let's say 3-14 up in their first year as an actual head coach. What do you do with them? Do you
in real life?
Give them an extra year? Yes, in real life. Do you give them an actual extra year to show that they can get their system up into place? Or do you let them go right away?
If you're an owner?
Yes.
If you're an owner. If I'm an owner and I just drafted, so my head coach and my quarterback is new, I just paid or drafted.
You paid him. You just paid your head coach.
Just paid my head coach. Is he new head coach or is coach I've had?
No, new head coach.
New head coach. New quarterback.
It could either be a new QB. It could be a rookie QB. It can also be like a vet QB. Y'all let us know. Because it depends. I'm just spitballing out there to everybody. Want to see what y'all thought processes are and like what you would think in the mindset. The question of the week is, again, if you are an owner and your team finished 3-14, are you going to fire your newly appointed head coach after 1 year? And if you do fire him, or like if you do keep him, please let us know down up in the comments.
Thank you for coming out. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you. It's only entertainment.
Yes, it is. Yes. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Let's go and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And like what he said, we are here. And also give 5-star ratings. This is episode 17, everybody.
Feedback is a gift. Give us a feedback.
Yes, it is. Right. We out.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out another episode of Cerberus Gridiron Podcast, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode.